thank you for joining me again. Now, this episode is about the FitXpo in Manchester. Now, in last episode I mentioned that I was lifting at the FitXpo in Manchester at the ABPU British Single Lift National Championships, and I also said that I'll be telling you all about it. So first, what is an expo? An expo is not just about lifting, it's like a big convention centre about a particular topic. Like you could go to a Doctor Who expo. That's just off the top of the head. So basically there'll be tons of things about Doctor Who. Let's think of another one. We've all had like a Comic Con. That's it, it's just a convention really. That's all an expo is, just tons of stalls and people there about that, everything basically to do with that particular topic. So the FitXpo, it's the largest expo convention for fitness, health, strength sports, anything out like that in the UK. There was one called Body Power, but that unfortunately fell victim to Corona and never able to come back, just went bust. So FitXpo rose in its place, and it's got British Championships. That's to start with powerlifting. So what else were there? Obviously I mentioned there were some stalls, but there was lots of other events happening. Like there was a bodybuilding show happening, which I believe was a qualifier for the bodybuilding British Championships, where if you were to win that you'd be off to the Olympia. It's a big bodybuilding show. There was an absolutely monster CrossFit show, Beast CrossFit show in the UK. There was a disabled strongman event that was very interesting to watch. Seeing how people do all the traditional strongman events like in wheelchairs, that were it's like if you've ever watched wheelchair rugby, how it's you think it's going to be like something and you tell yourself no, it can't be because it's too literal, but it really is a very fun thing to watch. I'd highly recommend watching the disabled strongman if you've got a chance. There was women's strongman, there was a man's strongman competition where they were doing a log and deadlift competition. And there was our professional arm wrestling competition. That were very interesting to watch. Seeing, we've all done arm wrestling in playground schools, so just seeing people do that professionally for championships and the literal belts, very prestigious by the look of it and what people were saying. So some stalls, some brands that you might know. Cerberus, they're a very well-known brand in the lifting community. I know a few guys that use a lot of their equipment. Former two-time world's strongest man, Tom Stoltman, he was there with his brother Luke Stoltman. A few other strong men were there from the UK. They were good. Lots of brands, new brands that are trying to, get the brand out there as you'd expect. There were one that me and my dad spent a bit of time talking to about some flavoured nutritious green powders. So like you get your protein powders, so why not have your vegetables in a powder? No, it were good stalls. There were stalls selling all sorts of different equipment. The pre-workout was one thing that a lot of markets were trying to get. So overall, it was a very good convention. There was two bits that I really liked as well, which I'll show you videos at the end of this. So like description review of the event, if you want to call it that. There was a what do you want to call it, but just somewhere where you can go and do a mini competition. So bear in mind it was the day after I'd done my big competitions, the British Championships. There was how many reps can you get with 75 kilos on the deadlift. Don't have to be full powerlifting standard reps where your shoulders are back, hips are forward, bounce them off the floor really. You'll see how many I got with that. And there was Atlas stones. We've all seen strongmen do that. There was a 30, a 40, a 50 a 60 and an 80 kilo stern. Very few people could do the 80 kilo stern, but you know, I'm a strong boy. You'll see on the videos it was very tough. You know, I know they're big fellas, but it's like, how on earth do strong men do, you know, 200 kilo stone? It's ridiculous. They're so big and hard to get your hands around. Again, I didn't have the strongman tacky that they use, but still, they were incredibly hard to do. There was 100 kilos stone there as well. They're huge. So let alone 200 kilo stones. They're going to be like, twat, it's ridiculous. Just sheer size of them. So overall, would I recommend it? Yeah, I would recommend going to a fitness expo if fitness is what you're into and strength sports, just because there's such a wide variety. There was also, I think, the calisthenics, I think that's what you call them, where they're doing like these crazy, like do a handstand and then scrunch up into a ball and then do a vertical push-up. So, mind-blowing. Yeah, I'll just stick to my deadlifting, bench and squatting, that'll do me. But nice seeing all the stalls, seeing what brands there are out there, what people are trying to sell, you know. So, yeah, I'd recommend it. For me personally, the lifting aspect to it wasn't that good, because we had a very small area to be fitting 40 people in at a time. You know, 20 warming up and 20 in the hold area waiting in the flight. So, other than the lack of space, yeah, it was a good atmosphere to lift in. However, I do prefer the pendulum, if I'm going to say so myself, for the ABPU. Just more, it's a powerlifting focused place rather than every, you know, you turn around and you're seeing other things. You know, I just like powerlifting there, but you know, you've got to get the brand of powerlifting out there. Got to show people what it's all about. So if it's there again next year, crack on. Well, I'll look forward to it. But that's that. So thank you for listening to my you know, my review of the FitXpo, and I will see you in the next video. But I will leave you with my Atlas Stone and my 75 kilo for reps in under 1 minute challenge on the deadlift.
Right, get down and move when you need to get it brilliant.
Steady. That's that up for you?
Yeah. Better than me, the weight is shifted yesterday, it's still been with what he lifted yesterday, it's still been moving.
Keep it going, Greg. It's easy. Go. Go, Greg. Lightweight. Don't forget to breathe. Light. Light. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's easy. Light. You know what you'll pull, Greg. Pull. Pull. Come on. It's flying. Come on. 7. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Go on, you've smashed it. Keep going.
You won't believe it pulled 250 yesterday.
Jesus Christ.